I'm Bart Singleton of Doctors Wealthcare, and today we'll be discussing risk tolerance. What is it, you may ask? Well, risk profiling is a process of finding the optimal level of investment risk for you, considering the risk required, your capacity for risk, and your risk tolerance. Risk required is the risk associated with the return required to achieve your goals. Risk capacity, on the other hand, is the level of financial risk you can afford to take. And then risk tolerance is the level of risk you individually are comfortable with. Risk required and risk capacity are financial characteristics that advisors work to calculate. Risk tolerance is a psychological characteristic, which is best determined by a way of a psychometric test. Risk profiling requires each of these characteristics to be separately assessed so that they can be compared to one another. Risk capacity and risk tolerance both act separately as constraints on what you might otherwise do to achieve your goals. Obviously, there would be risk required. When there's a mismatch between risk required, risk capacity, and risk tolerance, that's really where our role is to guide you through the trade-off decisions that are required to reach an optimal solution. The final step in the risk profiling process is to ensure that you have a realistic risk and return expectation so that we can be given our clients, we can make sure they're properly informed and make sure that they are giving consent to implement that investment strategy. Far too often I find clients taking the risk on a level that is far more comparable to a general rule of thumb than maybe their own risk tolerance. Our goal is to treat each person individually and figure out the optimal solution for you. There have been studies done that show that even though historical average rates of return fall maybe between 7 and 10% per year, individuals might only have an actual rate of return closer to about 3.5. The question on my mind is why? Well, less and less of me believe that it was just poor investment products. I believe the cycle of emotions has taken a bigger toll on clients today. You see, the average investors ask if they should increase their risk in times after high market returns. After seeing the market perform at optimal levels, people get a feeling about them that is just the way it will continue to flow. Sometimes it does, but in many cases it doesn't. What's up comes down. But the opposite of that is also true. After markets have fallen, clients are typically requesting that their portfolio be moved to a more conservative approach, or in drastic cases, moved out of the investment world altogether. All in all, we have always been given the advice to buy low and sell high, but in the real world, how many people are truly buying high and selling low? Could this be caused from being out of your own personal risk tolerance? Maybe you should give us a call to find out more. I'm Bart Singleton, president of Doctors Wealthcare. Was named by Medical Economics in November 2014 as one of the top financial advisors in the country for physicians. I look forward to assisting you with anything you may need financially. Thank you and have a wonderful day.